I want to make sure we communicate. We do have a lot of people who join us online. So scoot down here to the end. There we go. Avery's got the idea. Good scooting. Well, it's good to see you here this morning. Big, little, just like that. Looking at your shoes. All right, well, I want to talk with you today about things we can't see or hear. And when we come to church, we talk about many things that we can't see or hear. There are many things in the world that, and as a Christian, I can say I believe in many things that I can't see. Some people say, I won't believe it unless I can see it. Well, one thing about doing maybe a magic trick or an illusion, something like that, I can prove to people that you really can't saw a woman in half. That's really not possible. You can't make the Statue of Liberty disappear. Cards and coins don't disappear. They're just illusions. They're tricks. And they're not real magic at all. But that proves that there are many things I can say, did you see that card disappear? Well, it really didn't disappear. Now, I want to talk with you today about things that you can't see or hear because there are many things in the world. You know, have you ever been to the hand sanitizer and put hand sanitizer on your hand? Your mama or me or Nana or Papa give you something. There are germs on your hands. You can't see them. Your hands might look very clean. But, there might be a virus or a germ or some kind of infection on your hands that you can't see. When scientists back in the early part of the 20th century started talking about many of the things that make us sick are infections and viruses and things like that, and they said, well, you're crazy. They were saying those people were crazy because you're just saying little bitty things that you can't see. They're too tiny to see, too small to see. So yes, they are. Do you know that there is a broad spectrum on the spectrum of light? Light is a magnificent array of colors and bands and waves and frequencies. But you and I as human beings can only see a very, very narrow band of the visible spectrum of light. Do you know that there are, do you know, what is an animal? Do you know that some animals can actually see in the dark? Can you name an animal that can see in the dark? What animal can see in the dark? You probably have one. Cat. Cat can see in the dark. Their eyes are specially made. They can see just like it was daylight. Now we have machines or goggles that we can put on our face that allow us to have night vision. I'm going to need to get me one of those so I drive at night. But night vision goggles that allow us to do that, which means I can see things that if I take those goggles off, I can't. You know, there is a bird, a special bird that can see in blackest night, just like it was daylight. Do you know what that is? Or who that is? Bats can't really see at all. So I'm sorry to tell you that. Bats, have you ever heard the story of being, it's like me, blind as a bat? Bats can't see at all. They send out radar. They squeak and squeal, and when the sound comes back, that's how they see. But that's another story. Actually, an owl can see in the dark. You know, have you ever been sitting at your house? I know y'all used to have some dogs that barked all the time. I love to mess with Winston and Roxy. I like to say, come in, and they go, woo! They thought maybe something got past them. But actually, people would pull up in our driveway or even knock on the door. We wouldn't even hear it. The dogs would just go nuts. They can hear things that we can't hear. Do you know that there are dogs right now that are trained to detect illness and sickness and disease like cancer? Dogs that you go into a doctor's office and they'll bring a dog in, you pet the dog, and the dog smells of you and licks on your hand, and the dog can determine if you have cancer. That's an amazing thing. They can smell illness or sickness. No, let me show you that. And so I believe in God, even though I've never seen God. I've got something. I'm going to get something out of my pocket right here. Let me feel around here just a little bit. And I want to get something out of my pocket. Can you see that? Me either. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put it right there. And I want you to pretend that you can see something. Can you see that, Harper?
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. I just want to wave my hand over, just there like that. You see that? Look at that. Now, I'm going to get something else. I'm going to get another one. You see that? Now look at there. I've got one. Avery, can you see that? Watch. I'm just going to throw that up in the air and catch it. How many do I have, Harper? How many is that? 2. That's right. Now watch. I'm going to take this one right here. Now watch. I'm just going to squeeze it. I'm just going to reach up into the air again. Look. Now I'm going to take it again. Don't ever do this at home. Delicious. Now I'm going to take it again and watch. I'm just going to take that. Now still, I have just one there. I'm going to put it in my pocket. And I'm going to make it jump from my pocket to here. There it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put that right over there. So I have 2. I'm going to reach into my pocket again. And I'm going to get another ball that you can't see. And I'm just going to throw it up in the air. How many is that? How old are you? Now, one, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to reach in my pocket, and I'm going to get another one. Can you see that one? Look at there. I'm going to throw that one up in the air. And so that's all just pretend. That's just an illusion and a trick. But something that you couldn't see, it really was there all the time. I was just hiding it. I was hiding it. From something you couldn't see to 4 golf balls. I believe in God. I believe God is everywhere in the world. And I believe that Jesus lives inside me. It's a strange thing to believe. But I learned a long time ago when I began doing magic tricks that seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. Okay? All right. When you get home, get your dad's golf balls out and just scatter them all over the house. Already done? All right. They're lots of fun. All right. Thank you very much. You can go back and sit with your folks again or go to your place. Our ushers will come forward. We're going to receive a